FNAF merch has a long and grueling history of controversy, from crappy Funtime Freddy plushies to like Freddy always having upper teeth unless you're these two for some reason. Whatever shenanigans U2's is always getting up to. Funko turning every store into a wasteland of VR Freddy plushies nobody wants to buy. With any series as heavily merchandised as FNAF, it's expected that there will be many issues and hiccups to happen with the merchandising. And through FNAF's long history of figures, plushies, clothing, food, there's only been one instance where these have actually broken the law. Now, I know that sounds very dramatic, and it is. Because I want to get this out of the way first. This is a cautionary tale to always do research. I don't think anybody at the company involved with this debacle really intended to break the law. That'd be a crazy assumption to make, and I think they're all nice people. It's just a very funny story and something that I did actually fall victim to. And I want to emphasize the word victim. While I don't think anybody here had the intention to break the law, like I said, that would be a crazy assumption. But I don't entrust the goodwill of the business side of things here. The designers and artists all did a great job, but the people who managed the business stuff, I don't know if they had the best intentions in mind. And to get into this lore, we gotta roll it all the way back to April of 2020. Cloak brand, Markiplier and Jacksepticeye's clothing brand, had made an official collaboration with Five Nights at Freddy's, which, you know, it makes sense. They've both made a ton of FNAF content before. And these products range from character PNGs on a t-shirt, to actually pretty swag, to how the hell is this even FNAF related? And with very reasonable prices, like $54 for a t-shirt. Now, to be fair, this first wave was also the worst one, so they did make improvements as time progressed, and this isn't even the wave that caused the initial controversy. The real controversy started with their second Cloak collab, Cloak x FNAF, The Bite. Now, this line had a self-proclaimed punk rock aesthetic, which I think worked out pretty well for it. As everything looks very nice, very distinct, and there's no other FNAF merch that looks like it. I really like the black and red aesthetic. Now, before we get into actually talking about why these were such a big problem, I want to show off what I bought from it, because, you know, I do have a lot of this stuff, and you know what? I spent my hard-earned dollars on it. I've got my money's worth, definitely, but still, I'm going to show it off again. So, one of the Cloak x FNAF items I have for the bite is this poster here. Love it. This very unique poster. Maybe a bit too much empty space, but still, I like it a lot. I think this is a really, really unique piece to have. It's red, very, very red. Obviously just using existing renders, but you know, I think the aesthetic is pretty cool, and it looks very unique against all my other stuff, so for that, I appreciate it. I've also got these pins right here. You can see Freddy there, and the pin that's just FNAF in like this crappy pixel art. 22 Scott Cawthon, you can see all that. And then, where I do all my merch reviews, I actually have this big blanket here that is on it all the time. Love this blanket, very cool. This thing's awesome. And sadly, the stuff I just showed is some of the only decent stuff from the merch drop, because a lot of the other stuff was honestly pretty bad. Like, nothing on this indicates FNAF besides the FNAF literally spelled out to you. That could stand for Fent Neighbor always farting for all I know. Where's the animatronics? Some of this stuff is actually the most low-effort garbage ever. Like, there's no defending this. And now, we're gonna get into the juicy stuff in a second, but before that, I need to tell you guys about something. There is only 25 days left to get the Night Bunny plush. Now, it's gonna be available until January 16th, so if you want to get it between now and January 16th, because after that, it's gonna be gone. It's got posable ears, all the detail is fully embroidered, it comes with a little tortoise accessory. This is awesome. Go buy it now if you want to support the channel. Alright, back to the video. So, in the United States, sweepstakes are fully legal. However, if you make them pay to enter, that's when there becomes a problem. While making the Cloak x FNAF The Bite collab, they approached popular FNAF cosplayer and now official FNAF costume maker, Deregular Sauce, to create a Freddy Fazbear statue for the collaboration. Now, this wasn't just any Freddy Fazbear statue. This was a statue of Cloak's original Freddy design, Punk Rock Freddy, which is basically just a black and red Freddy with a bunch of weird patterns on him. It's funny. I was actually doing this thing a while back where I drew like every Freddy design, but just like recolors of the original Freddy from FNAF 1, and I actually included this guy in that, so here's a little artist interpretation of him, I suppose. I drew this myself a few years ago, so pretty cool. Now, this wasn't the only thing Regular Sauce did for this event. He also showed up to this IRL party, which I genuinely have seen no videos of or anything, so I have no... There's no actual proof that this happened besides, like, a few photos, but this apparently happened. But a few weeks before it started, he began teasing the statue with this image first. You may be like, "This ain't even a teaser, that's just a picture of your bathroom. There's not even any picture of Freddy on there. I hate you, you make bad videos." Well, if you zoom in right to this corner and you do some FNAF forensics, you can tell that that is FNAF 1 Freddy's toe. Only the true gamers could figure out this puzzle at the time. And then we got some more direct teasers, like this one right here, where you can see his armpit and his stomach right there, so that's pretty cool. This gave us a pretty good idea of what this thing was going to look like. And then we got this teaser, which was kind of confusing at first, because like the text is in his mouth, but it makes sense the more you look at it. Now, I could have sworn there was an original reveal image posted, but I genuinely can't find it, and the closest thing I can find is this stupid edit of the same thing, but he has, like, a flannel pattern on the stomach. I don't know what happened to the original, like, reveal picture. I could have sworn Regular Sauce posted something, but I guess we just gotta deal with this, because I genuinely can't find anything else to substitute. There's not very many good pictures of this statue. Thank you, Tim Cosmo, for your glorious flannel pattern Freddy posting. Now I'm about to get a little mean, so I'm just gonna say this here. The statue is fantastic. Regular Sauce did a fantastic job on it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the statue itself and the work that went into it, and I don't blame Regular Sauce for anything that happened on the business side of things. This was just a very, very poorly handled thing on Cloak's end. Don't blame any of the artists. They don't deserve it. This is not their fault. And just, like, don't harass anybody if that wasn't obvious. Don't be a dumbass. So anyway, Cloak posted this full reveal image with this nice picture of the statue where you can see all the details, you see the base and stuff. I don't think there's a single picture of the backside of this thing, but you can see it here. It says it was a giveaway. You can see it has a big checker base. It looks pretty awesome. I really, really like this thing. And the post attached to this image said the following: "Behold, there are only 5 of these amazing Freddy statues in existence, made by your favorite, Regular Sauce, and we're giving each of them away to you. You'll be entered to win with any purchase from the Byte Cloak X FNAF, dropping this Friday at 9 a.m. PT. Good luck, Freddy emoji." Now, this post was quickly deleted right after people started commenting, "Hey, aren't pay-to-enter giveaways Google illegal?" Well, yes they are. So Cloak was like, "Oh crap, we just announced an illegal giveaway. We probably gotta shut this down." So then they deleted the post, then proceeded to post another thing on Instagram with the same image, I guess assuming that it was just Twitter being mad at them and that it was fine. So they just ran out the Instagram basically, but then they got the exact same response on Instagram, so that post was also deleted. But now it was too late, because the thing had already launched with everybody assuming that the giveaway was still on, so then a bunch of people bought stuff assuming they would have a chance to win one of the 5 Freddy statues, including me, so now a ton of people have already purchased products in that they've been promised a giveaway that is literally illegal, so they can't really follow through with it. What does Cloak do about this? Absolutely nothing. They literally just went radio silent, no apology, no follow-up. They literally just went silent, let everybody's orders go through, pretended the giveaway thing never happened, and now we have no idea where these statues are. So, you know, to the bright minds running the business side of Cloak, I hope you're happy with this, and I hope that you've learned from your mistakes and that this will never happen again. It hasn't happened again, so I think it's pretty safe to assume they've moved on from this, but man, what a garbage, crappy way to handle a situation like this. And what a terrible use for one of the most talented people in the community. I get this was a long time ago, and I'm sure everybody involved has learned their lessons since, but it's just something that I think needs to be brought up as a cautionary tale to always remember that Giveaways should be done because you actually want to give away something, not because you want to increase sales. Now, we do have a mystery on our hands of where these statues actually ended up, and I'd honestly love to know. There's not much documentation of them in terms of, like, images and stuff. I think they genuinely just want to sweep these under the rug, but I'd assume they were probably given away to employees or something, because I can't imagine they actually shipped any out with orders, because I feel like we would have heard about it. It's a tricky situation. I did send Regular Sauce a DM on Twitter, which I don't expect to get a response on, not that he has to reply, but, you know, I'll throw it in right after this. If he does respond, I'll throw it in. If he didn't respond, I will just cut right to a completely unrelated sentence. Alright, did I get a response? I'm gonna just assume I didn't, so let's move on. What do we take away from this whole debacle? Like I said earlier, I think this is genuinely just an honest mistake from the people there who are trying to come up with good ways to increase the sales, and they thought these statues would be a nice thing to do, because, you know, you can still sell the merch, then you give away some stuff to the fans. I can get the idea. And on paper, it works, but when you're running a company, you should probably know how the giveaways are supposed to work and what's legal and what's not. By the time this collaboration happened, Cloak was very far from a new company. They'd been around for years. So it's not really like that's a valid excuse for it. And I want to mention, in case anybody might be confused by this, what Dawko does for his charity streams with the raffles, with all the prizes, giveaways, and stuff, those are perfectly fine because it's for charity. It's a raffle for charity. What Cloak did was an illegal sweepstakes. And after this whole thing happened, it was just kind of swept under the rug. Cloak has continued to do FNAF collaborations, releasing 2 this year, actually. Their one this year for the 10th anniversary is actually my favorite so far because there's some fantastic artwork here. Like, I love this Springtrap hoodie, that art is sick, as well as this poster, which I also got. This is really cool. I have yet to hang it, though. All this was done by Stupid Butterfly, who is a fantastic artist. Definitely a big leap from the edited renders from previous drops. We got this puzzle with the most beautiful artwork ever, but it's like $1 billion. I don't know why they charged so much for a puzzle. I think it was like $55 when this released, but the listing's not there anymore. But you know, even though the stuff is overpriced, oh my gosh, look at this artwork. Look at this art. I don't remember who drew this one in particular, but oh my goodness, this is art. This is beautiful. And then they made the Lefty onesie, which actually retracts every bad thing they've ever done. This atones for literally everything. I think this is like $170 though, which I don't think is worth it, and I didn't buy it, but I wanted to. I'll be honest, I did want to buy this because this is just awesome. But anyway, I think that's about it for this video. I just kind of wanted to cover this topic because I found it very, very interesting. I had just this in my head for a really, really long time, and I thought, you know what, I'll finally do this video. I need more stuff on my upload schedule. This would be pretty easy to do. And yeah, I had fun. I'll update in the pinned comment if I get a reply from the Regular Sauce, which I don't really think I will, but we'll see. The Night Bunny plush is out right now, and it's only going to be available for until January 16th, so get it right now while you can. Get it.